Hey guys, do you run your clinic or does your clinic run you? In this video, I want to show you the exact tools that I found 100% necessary in order to operate a clinic that does seven figures a year. We have a team of 14, 15, 16 people full-time with us. We have good team culture. We're growing every single year. And here's the crazy thing is I don't actually work in the business anymore. Now, this may not be for some of you, but the lessons we're going to share through this video will blow your mind. It's going to be something that I actually was a little bit hesitant to share because this is something I taught my private group of clients in the Practice Speak Mastermind group, but it was too valuable not to share, as some of those tools are absolutely necessary for you to scale your business. And some of the things we're going to talk about in this video is if you don't apply them, you will be left behind in the next 3, 4, 5, 10 years in the chiropractic space. This is specifically for clinic owners, but it doesn't matter the size of your business currently, you'll be able to pick up and choose things that are necessary for your business at the time of where you are on your journey, okay? And every single clinic has to have a clinic management software. You cannot operate your business effectively without one. We use a software called Zoni. It's custom built by one of my business partners, and it's by far one of the greatest softwares I've worked with. I was one of the first guinea pigs to use it, and I've seen the growth and optimization in the last 4 or 5 years of the software. It's built specifically for clinic owners by a clinic owner, which usually means it's much more functional than most of the things out there. I have no affiliation with it, but this is what I use because I just find it far more superior. We have a direct debit system integrated within it, which saves me a ton of money on transaction fees. It increases patient retention. It makes it easy for our clients to use. Yeah, really cool tool. And we have this app that patients absolutely love. It increases our referral rate. So this is something I use every single day, and even better, it keeps getting better every month. There's more features and more benefits to clinics and associates. The second thing that we use for any type of automation and email sequencing, and by the way, when I was presenting this to the group last night, one of my clients, one of our members said, Stefan, one of the biggest things that I find waste my time is emailing or having to email patients. What do you guys think about me saving time and how do I do it? And the first thing we said is you just have to have some email sequencing whereby patients are onboarded super easily, whereby as soon as someone clicks a button, they start to receive a sequence of emails, or even better, we use something called MailChimp, super easy, very user-friendly to use, but even better, you can see this is our funnel for just onboarding a new patient. So a new patient comes in, they click a button, it tells them about their appointment, these are the conditions that we said, there's a 1-hour delay, it tells them what to expect, so on and so forth. And we have a huge amount of open rate, which is like unheard of in any space, but 76% open rate is great, which means people do read those emails. We have each email. I'm not going to show you now what they look like, but this is just a sequence of 5 emails as soon as we get a new patient. Okay, so that's actually saves a ton of time. The second thing we do is email sequencing and automations, especially when the client was asking, but what happens if someone wants to change an appointment? I keep getting these emails and I have to email them back and it takes me a lot of time. Well, the first thing we do is we onboard them on the app. The software only has this app, which allows people to change their appointments, move them within certain conditions. And that is what running a business actually looks like. It's not just, oh, how can I help patients? Of course, your service has to be, your product, the thing you deliver, has to always be the most important thing in the practice, because it doesn't matter what automation they give you. If you don't get results for patients, they're not going to stay with you. However, what is interesting is a lot of chiropractors and practitioners, once they go from associate to clinic owner, they still think like an associate. So these are the things they don't necessarily think about. And what we find is these are the constraints of you getting to the next step and the next step and the next step. And instead of you being a business owner, you just become a very busy associate within your business and you get stuck inside the rat race. And therefore you cannot scale, you cannot help more patients, you have more headaches, you have more bills, you take less money at the end of the month, and you have less time to do the things you thought you would be doing as a business owner. And I know some of you will be watching this and you're thinking, Jesus, this guy is literally talking to me. I know that because I was that guy. I was just very lucky to have a mentor and to be able to see what success looked like, to create an amazing product, an amazing service to serve our patients. Okay, so automations and email sequencing, very important part of how you run the business. The software we use for that is MailChimp. That integrates really nicely with Zoni. We have different tagging system whereby we know if someone drops out, they start to receive a different email sequence compared to if someone joins. Really cool stuff. Second thing, really big, is team training. That doesn't necessarily mean you have to have a team of 15 or 60 or 100 people. You can have a team of 2 people. You have to document everything you do. I promise you, this will save you so much time, so much energy, and so much effort when you do want to make your first hire. It's even easier when you make your 10th hire because you have everything recorded. I keep it simple. We know we spend thousands of pounds building this intranet training portal for our teams, which was separated into a CA portal, massage therapist, I believe, portal, and a chiropractor portal, and even managers portal. It would have cost us thousands of pounds to build, hundreds of hours. Nowadays, I just use Google Drive. So user-friendly, it integrates with everything. I can share different folders with different team members. It has amazing amount of content. This is my one for the practice company, not for my consulting company, but for the consulting, I have similar thing. I've got a marketing here. I've got my team training and development folder. Within each one of these folders, I have many more folders: monthly email newsletters, business logistics, pediatrics, P&L accounts. This is my manager and I. We have a shared folder. Team financing, and so on and so forth. So this is just really, really, really important tool to use. It's free to use, and it's very integrated with other things that you'll be using in order to run your practice more successfully. So that's the team training part. This is one of those videos where you've got to be making notes. You've got to be like putting things on paper, and you've got to be thinking, what do I have or haven't got in my business that we can improve on? The fourth tool, the fourth part that absolutely need to have in your business, and this is something I wish I started doing earlier in my career, is creating SOPs and systems. SOP stands for Standard Operating Procedures. These are things that you just document once, you duplicate it, and you teach it or you delegate it. So I use two main tools for this. One is Loom, which is an incredible piece of software, and it's like less than $20 a month. And I don't know how to pronounce Scribe, but this is just a Google extension, and it's super user friendly. But what those two do, so Scribe is a tool where it records your screen as you are doing stuff. Let's say you are clicking on your software how to process a payment from a patient, or you are clicking on your software on how to book an appointment for a patient. It records in the background what you do, and it creates a step-by-step manual that you can download as a PDF format that you can then give onto your reception team, your front desk team, your management team, or whoever needs that document. It's super user-friendly. You can edit it after. It's really, really cool. But the bad boy of this whole scenario for me is Loom. Without Loom, I wouldn't know what I would be doing in my team, two of my businesses. But Loom is basically this beautiful... I'm using Loom right now, by the way, and if you're not aware of it, you should be. But lately, they've really stepped up their AI game, which is really helping us. So let's say we launched to our mastermind group, we launched this tool called the Clinic Accountability Tracker. Each clinic is able to put their numbers in the tool, from total visits to new patients to ROVs to conversions. It works out all of that for our clients. And let's say I recorded that video. It comes up with a cool title. I didn't come up with this, implementing our new tool. Then once you've recorded the video, on the bottom, it will have a few options. One of them is write a document. This is insane. So not only that you can record what you're doing, it records your screen like I'm doing now, but AI is now being integrated in Loom, whereby it can create you an SOP. It literally creates you a step-by-step. You can have a second one, which is step-by-step, which is a little more of a manual, but the standard procedure function is basically something that used to take me hours and hours on end to record, to document, to edit, to save. Now it does it in one step. It's absolutely insane. Or if you want, you can just kind of copy it on the bottom here. You go and drag it into your Google Doc, which links it back to what we talked about here. Using Google Docs. And you can then create a library of SOPs within your Google Drive folder. Absolutely amazing. Again, I pay less than probably $20 a month. I don't think you have to pay for it, but I have team members and stuff allocated to it. So really, really, really important for creating SOPs and creating systems. If you guys need help with this, this is literally what I live and breathe for, is creating systems, creating procedures, streamlining businesses. And this is one thing that I think I'm starting to be established in the industry, is creating businesses that have sustainability, they are bulletproof, and they have massive impact on the owner and the patients and the teams for them. So no one thinks like that. When it comes to chiropractic businesses, we are all dinosaurs in the industry. I've had to step outside the scope of chiropractic to actually, myself and my business partner, build the business in a way that is definitely the top 1% in the UK, if not the world. And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm saying this to show you guys that if a simple guy, not an intelligent guy, a little bit of an idiot like myself can do it, you guys should definitely be able to do all this stuff. And I wasn't born knowing how to use Loom. But I just started using it and I learned. I wasn't able to know how to use Google Drive in a very effective manner. But now I have really complicated systems that after 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, 2 years of using it, now you can like wake me up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I can show you exactly what to do, how to do it, when to do it, and how to make it very creative and effective for your business. So please don't be alarmed if this video seems like it's overwhelming you. And if it is overwhelming you, maybe it's a good sign that, yeah, you should be working differently and not necessarily harder, but smarter and definitely more effectively. Data and KPIs. This is this thing that I'm going to talk about, the KPI Success Tracker. You have to go and watch back previous YouTube videos that I've made on this. Very, very detailed explanation of how we use it, why it's important, but I would not be able to get to the point I am now without knowing my KPIs. Every single Monday, I get a direct report of the tool that we have given people for free. You can literally download this and steal it from us. And I have a training video on how to use it. So if you're not using this, you're missing out, but it has everything that my clinic does, what adjustments we saw that week, to what's the new patients that we had that week, the PVA, what are the cancellations or the no-shows, what is the report of findings conversion rates looking like. It has a lot more, within the actual tool, it has a lot more spreadsheets, but it's absolutely incredible. For example, I know this year that we're not operating as well as we normally do for going into people completing a plan and going into maintenance. So half of the work I'm doing with my team is how do we improve on the communication with patients. So we've built a whole course around Table Talk. We've given our Practice Peak members all those tools that they can use with themselves and their teams, because I know that data doesn't lie. I might feel like something is working or not working well, but the data might disprove that. So it's very important for me to make decisions on the business purely based on data, and it's not about what the number is doing, it's what I'm doing with the number. It's not what the number is showing or representing, is what the pattern does that show me, and how do I implement that to make changes, to make my team better, to give them better mentorship, to give them more specific advice, because ultimately it's the patient that will benefit from that. Cool. I told you this video is going to be full of value. And this one I can probably spend 4 hours on. I'm not going to go too much into detail, but anything for content, for legal, for documentation, for analytics, for creativity and building up on different ideas, I go crazy on ChatGPT. And I'm not a software engineer, by the way. I literally just started from scratch. I didn't know what ChatGPT was about 8 months ago. I use it for the newsletters, we use it for our website blogs, we run them under ChatGPT, and we'd say, hey, can you please run it under some SEO conditions, and how do you improve the visibility? We're ranked in the top of the local area for every single clinic we have. I use it for training material for my associates. Email sequencing, super important. One of the biggest ones that is becoming even better at is the ads, ad copy. For Facebook, for Google Ads, for landing pages, it's absolutely amazing. But if you're a solopreneur, if you don't have much, like a big team of people, how amazing will it be? One of my private clients sent me this. He's like, hey, look what I've done. I've created a nutrition plan for this specific patient who has a specific condition. It's taken that into account. And more importantly, it's not to ChatGPT is not there to replace you guys. It still needs your clinical decision-making skills and business-making skills, thinking skills, critically thinking skills, but it's there just to save you time, make things more effective, and be almost like your virtual assistant to make your job more effective and easier so you can serve more patients to a higher level. If you're not using this, I promise you, I know it sounds bad, you're going to be falling behind. There's a wave coming, it's already started. You can either learn how to surf, or you can complain about the tsunami coming your way and it's going to swipe you away. So I'm not saying this lightly. You've got to start understanding this technology. And if you're scared, and if you think it's all about the patient and you have great adjusting techniques and this is stupid and no one cares, you are wrong. You don't have to learn this yourself, but you need to know who in my team or who can I delegate this to be able to be keeping up with the speed of technology. Because this is not going to replace good chiropractors. This is going to make good chiropractors even better. This is going to make clinics even more effective, and companies like mine will stand up even more because we are utilizing this. So this is not to scare you. This is to show you that it's not late. It's not too late if you're watching this video in 2025. Okay? I have obviously each week I have been able to make this more sophisticated, and now I have different projects within ChatGPT. So think of this as like Google Drive, and in each like folder, they call it projects here, and each project I can upload documents, so I can teach it how to specifically recognize that when I go into this project, it knows my company's vision, mission statement, it knows my clients, it knows who we help, it knows my avatar, it knows my manuals, it knows my SOPs, which is why it's again super important to be documenting as you're building the business, what you're doing, what are your procedures, what are your scripts, what are your frameworks. Life Chiropractic, this is my chiropractic clinic, SOPs and everything in there. It knows my website, it knows everything about it. I've got personal finance, and I have something called self-actualization, which I'm not going to go into. Another cool little thing that they just launched is tasks. So every day, at 7 a.m., which is crazy, I get an email from ChatGPT because we set this task to it to give me a creative idea to drive my 2 businesses forward. And it's insane how good it's becoming. So again, this might seem overwhelming and intimidating, but you give it a try, play around with it. I hesitated for a long time, and 8 or 9 months ago, I just started learning a little bit about it. And now it's like 10 times better, and I'm hopefully learning with that. Another thing, again, I'm not going to go too much detail into this, but presentations and health talks, if you do those, Gamma app is incredible. It's an AI piece that you literally can just upload like a PDF, or you can URL from a video that you've made to your team, and it can create you a beautiful presentation in seconds. It's amazing. Again, I have no affiliation of either of these tools I provided for you. I'm just sharing what works well for us and what we use. Fiverr is an incredible, for now anyway, maybe AI will replace this, but it's just a marketplace where you can find any tasks from video editing to logo design to website design to even marketing and small projects, but I just use it for low leverage tasks. This might be individual projects, this might be video edits, like YouTubers, and I use people to edit my videos, logo design, data processing, really good for. But you just need to figure out what is my 1 hour of my time worth. And if the task is going to take me 1 hour, but I can, and let's say in 1 hour you make £100 because you've calculated how much your clinic makes and how much your clinic is open in the year, and you've divided those two, and let's say it equates to £100 an hour. If something costs you less money and you hate it or you don't enjoy doing it, you are actually losing money, and you're losing and wasting your time, because you can pay someone $20 from Fiverr to make you that logo, to give you 6 different versions of it. It's going to look better. It's what they do for a living. It pays them, and you get the job done, and you've saved yourself the difference between what your 1 hour is worth versus what that task was, what you paid for. So really important to understand this as an exercise. What is 1 hour of your time worth? But yeah, Fiverr is really, really cool. I use it quite a bit. Another one, this is the hacks here. Digital marketing. You've got to understand how Facebook ads library works. Go on Google right now, or after watching this video, type in Facebook ads library, and you can spy on any, because legally Facebook has to show what the ads are for clinics that run ads. You can literally type in my company's name, and you can see what are our active ads looking like. Again, here you can filter which is active and inactive. You can use different industries to do that. Really, really important piece of tool. And last but not least, how do you manage your time personally to keep you accountable, and how do you manage your to-dos? I've used every single software out there that you can think of, from Tasks to Mondays to Trello to currently I use Basecamp. I've absolutely loved Basecamp for a long time to manage private clients, to manage my to-dos, to manage my, look over here, you can see that I have different sections in it. It's about $99 a month, I think, but really, really helpful. I've got my lab here for Practice Peak with my people that work with us. This is between myself and my clinic manager for my clinic business. This is our done for you service and other things that I do. So yeah, really, really helpful. It has like projects, it has to-dos, it has tick boxes. You can allocate different documents to different people. I use tasks.google for my literally personal to-dos, and like it looks like this. So if I go here, I've had to hide this of course, but what are my to-dos for today? What are my to-dos for this week? What are my to-dos for this month and this year? And I work backwards. So if I know that here I want to make $1 million, I will break that down to this month we need to make whatever, 83K. This week we need to make blah, blah, blah. And I just reverse engineer it. Really important tool, really cool, very simple, and it's free to use. And one thing that, again, we've given away for free before, and if you guys haven't used this, is my ultimate goal tracker. I'm obsessed with tracking how I'm doing. I've created the perfect day for me, or the perfect week. What does that look like? And if you want this, just message me and I can send you this for free. I think I have the version which is like a template, so it has no, like where it says here daily habits, and I just tick each habit. Let's say yesterday was Tuesday. I woke up 6 a.m. Did I do morning stretches? Did I not? Did I drink my water? What was the big one for today? I have this concept that I talk about. But I know it sounds overwhelming. Just pick 1 or 2 of these tools that we discussed today and just make your business more effective, guys. You don't always have to work harder. You don't always have to work 60 hours a week. It's more important on what you work on and how you work on those things. Mentorship, having someone like, it doesn't have to be me, having someone who can show you the way how to build a successful practice and serve lots of patients effectively is probably the biggest cheat code. This stuff, I didn't learn this myself. I have people that help me, I have coaches, I have business partners, we always talk about development of the business. Now I run the Practice Peak Mastermind community where we actually have businesses that help each other. For the sake of like a few £1,000s a year, this will make you 10 times at least the return on your investment.